The next issue we're going to look at is just drawing Lewis structures for individual atoms based on the number of valence electrons. Then we'll look at how to draw them for molecules. So a Lewis structure simply describes the number of valence electrons that are there. Of course, since it's S's and P's, they max out at 8. So a Lewis structure basically has an element symbol that goes with whatever it is. So in general, I'm just going to use the letter X. It could be anything off the periodic table. If I was using lithium, then instead of X, it'd be Li. If it was oxygen, it'd be O. And that would be at the center of your symbol. So Lewis structures basically have sort of 4 regions around the outside where we can place electrons. So basically I've got this region, I've got this region, I've got this region here, and I've got this location right here where I can place electrons. Now what these valence electrons are, remember, are S's and P's. So ideally in S sublevel, we'd have 2 electrons that could fit in here in an S, and then since P's can hold 6 electrons, I would have 3 locations that I could put a total of 2 electrons in each of those particular spaces. So if I'm looking at sodium, sodium off the periodic table, counting it, has only 1 valence electron. So at the center, I'm going to have Na, and then I'm going to simply have 1 valence electron. And so I can grab that electron and I can stick it next to my element symbol to represent the number of electrons that are there. And I get a structure that looks very similar to this. Now it doesn't really matter where I place this 1 electron. It can go anywhere. But traditionally we're going to replace it over here to represent my S electrons. Now chlorine, based on the periodic table, has 7 valence electrons. And so how those go into that particular structure will simply be, I'm going to put 1 electron in this location. Now 2 electrons don't really want to bond together or hang out together unless they have to. So I've got another location, since they're negatively charged, and I'm going to drop it there, and then I'm going to drop it there, and then I'm going to drop it there. So each one of those 4 things go filled with 1 in terms of the bonding structures. And now I got to keep going. So there's 4, but I still have 7. Now this one can't go anywhere by itself, so it's going to slide in to one of these spots that can hold 2 electrons and pair up like this. And so there's my second pair, and there is my third pair. And so I end up with chlorine with its 7 electrons, similar to this structure that's right there. And so that's how you draw Lewis structures for individual atoms, based on the number of valence electrons. Bounce them around, only pair them up when you need to.